And speaking about showbiz, there are some very, very interesting things that have come up on a conversation with Mwalimu Maina and a few of his banker friends, okay? Now, here's the story. He says that a lot of you men are over here perambulating, making the loudest noises. Talking about how, you know, your money is your money and the way your wife's doing, the way men chocha each other sometimes. Like you meet up at a club and guys are like, my wife could never, my girlfriend could never. Kumbe ni story too. According to the bankers who are his friends, close friends to Maina, he says that they revealed that apparently most of the men actually have joint accounts with their wives. And their wives are co-signatories to these finances, and therefore no money is going in or out of your account without your wife's knowledge. And this got me tripping because it actually is the most comical relief I have seen in a long time. Then people are beating their chests and thumping their chests out here saying things like a woman could never control my life and stuff like that. Kumbe, it's actually the stories that you're telling out here on the internet, but in real life, you actually do respect your wives. You actually do care about their opinions, and you actually do value their thought processes on how they designate finances in your household, so much so that you actually give them kipaumbele. Wao ndio wanatongo ona
wanaongoza.
Wanaongoza. Wow, that went very fast, very far. Wao ndio wanaongoza, wako na uongozi katika finances zenyu. It is very interesting to me because honestly, with the kind of Kenyan men that we've met around these streets, you could never think it. You would never think it. How many men do you actually know that are willing to put joint accounts along with their wife? And by the way, don't get me wrong, I said wife. Wife.
Not girlfriend.
Not girlfriend, not fiance, not getting to know each other. How many men, and not long-term relationship, because some of y'all are stuck in that for a long time. We're talking about actual wives legally. In the eyes of the law, they are known as your wife, right? How many people actually out here are having joint accounts with their wives, have co-signatories for finances with their wives, and actually their wives do know exactly what is happening with the finances of their families? I am very curious to find out this because I was so shocked. Yeah, I'm still in shock right now. But the problem for me was the responses that people had when he did speak about this with Mwalimu on their show. It was so vile, you know, it was so, and that's why some people, you will never succeed in life, because you would see people saying things along the likes of, including Maina. He said, it's a mistake to actually have a joint account with your wife. If you do so, please have another account for you to be left, so for you not to be left with anything. But at the same time, a man gives a woman control over, if a man gives control of his money to his woman, then Mumekaliwa. Why are you giving her money? Why are you giving her your money? A lot of people saying things like kitakuramba. Every single deal that you're doing, she knows. Kitakuramba. Other people saying that there are particular tribes which are allowed to do this, or nationalities like Indians, but you cannot give access to a woman if you are a Kenyan. One day you will cry. And this kind of just took me a little bit. I'm just like, why? Why are people so keen on, I don't know, making women look like these vile, malicious, you know, gold digging, money stealing, property grabbing personalities? Women aren't like this. And if you're dating one of those, then you're the problem. You've accepted this. People really need to start dating properly. Like, just start dating properly.
I feel like this conversation is not for everyone. First of all, it's for a specific demographic and a specific tax bracket, okay? Don't be out here calling people gold diggers and you have no gold to be dug from. Okay, please respect yourself.
Respect the tax bracket.
You need to have gold to attract gold diggers. It's that simple. And I feel like most of us grew up in a generation where we had horror stories. Even right now, you get on Reddit, you hear these wild stories about how the husband or the wife overnight went and withdrew
All the money from
all
their
the money from their account and went missing or married a mistress or something like that. So we have had those stories. But that's because the internet has this thing. We have talked about the algorithm. It will only highlight the toxic and the negative. But most stable people, most stable relationships, this is something normal because hai make sense kila sana kwambia, aki baba nani nataka pesa ya chumvi, nataka pesa ya samosa, nataka pesa ya nini. It just makes sense for you to have a joint bank account. And for the sake of autonomy, we are individuals at the end of the day, okay? You have your bank account, you have your bank account, and then we can have a joint account. You can 3 different accounts. It's that simple. Ndio hata ukisema, it doesn't make sense. Because even with the joint account, of course, you're going to have to be accountable for the things that are coming out of this. So now imagine at the end of the month, when you and your partner are making this budgetary meeting and trying to figure out what went out of this account, you're now telling your husband, oh, I took out 2,000 to buy underwear. That doesn't make sense. So have your own bank account. Your husband has his own bank account. Alafu mukwe na joint account.
What is the purpose of this joint account?
So that it's for pooling funds. It's for...
Then don't call it a joint account, just call it a savings account.
No, it's
which
a joint
you can
account
then open
because
as a subsidiary.
You're both putting money into it and you're both taking money out of it. No, you want to control everything your husband is doing.
I don't want to control anything.
No, you want to be seeing. There are things I also want to buy and not have my husband see at the end of the day. You know.
Surely. I don't know.
Do you want to see your husband to see that you bought a vibrator?
Why not?
Simple.
Do you have to physically go and pay for it via cards? You can just withdraw the money and pay. You know, sometimes I feel like different levels.
Individuals.
Let's call it different levels.
Let's be individuals at the end of the day and then have a joint account.
I mean, some of these questions are difficult, to be entirely honest. Yeah, because it really just depends on the people involved. Not a lot of people are for the joint account and not a lot of people are against it. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I think it's just, it feels like a lot more work. Why are we adding this extra account? You know, let's just ignore it. You keep your money, keep my money. If we need anything, we will ask for the money where it is. For me, it starts to lose sense right there. When we have this joint account and then we have other separate accounts and then we have other no. Okay. But this is just my opinion.
To each their own.
Let us know your own 0770 729 366.